satisfactory performance evaluation prior to that. If they're placed on a performance improvement plan or anything like that, they would not be eligible. And then the goal would to make the payment available on the first full pay period following the completion of the milestone period of continuous service. Continuous service is something that is key in this. We've had several employees over the years that have joined us, left for a brief period, and then come back. We would also like to discourage that practice from happening. We appreciate them coming back to us because they are easier to retrain at that point. They haven't forgot everything we've taught them, but we would like them to stay in the first place. So that would be a continuous service. Now, the proposal that's put before you would be to do that. Now, on the average year, we give out service pins at the holiday luncheon in December for milestone anniversaries. For the last 6 years, our average number of employees recognized for these milestone anniversaries is 20 per year, with a maximum of 22 that has been done in the last 6 years. So that would be an increase in expenses of up to $10,000 annually if this is approved. In order, however, we have many longer tenured staff members. The proposal presented before you today is to provide these equivalent longevity payments to the existing staff that meet the requirements of the new policy. So if an employee has 12 years of service, they would have been eligible for a 5 and 10-year anniversary. Would be a one-time payment of up to $1,000. And among existing employees, we have 74 employees that would qualify for the one-time payment for a combined total initially of $97,000. And if that's approved, these would be dealt out at the first full pay period following Thanksgiving. So sometime in December, that gives us time to get everything processed through payroll. And then we would go forward with that. For the remainder of the year, there would be 4 additional employees that would hit before the end of the fiscal year. So the one-time payment of $97,000, there'd be an additional potential $2,000 this year, but going forward, if this is approved, you're looking at a maximum of probably $10,000 annually added to the budget. What this does is reward employees for tenure and without having a significant impact on our budget in a way that some of the other options that discussed would. And while this is not in any way going to make people wealthy, a little nice note from leadership and then a payment every 5 years would be very beneficial to making those employees and improving morale around the situation.
All right, thank you. Comments, questions?
Yeah, I think it's a solid idea. I pulled some numbers. I've got 31 employees at my hospice, and 6 of them live in Glynn County. It's just, I think the attraction is employees. For some of them, they like to live out where they can buy more and get more, spend less and get more, or whatever, however you want to phrase it. So I think it's great to for retention purposes, and I would say we should, if somebody leaves and maybe comes back within 30 days, I think they remain eligible. Right. Perhaps. Sure. That would be my thoughts.
Now, we did have an employee that did leave for 3 days and then come back, so we'll include him in the continuous service approach.
Everybody gets a moment of temporary insanity.
Exactly. I think his statement to me was, well, this is what they told me, but when I got there, that's not what was going to happen. Well, that's why we try to be honest with people. So,
I have a question just for clarification.
Yeah, sure.
On a 5-year mark, obviously this is all based on the satisfactory performance review. If one of those years out, they don't get a satisfactory performance review, are they eligible for 400?
No, the satisfactory performance review, it does not necessarily have to be for every year for the 5-year period they get the satisfactory performance review. If someone has been here for a couple of years, gets an unsatisfactory review, and is put on a performance improvement plan, and as a result, their performance improves to the level we get to, then they would be eligible for the full longevity pay at that time.
Okay.
As we've expressed to staff multiple times when they're put on performance improvement plans, the goal of those is for you to improve so that we can retain you and get the skill we need from you. So if they meet those challenges, I think they should still be eligible for this. It's just if they're on that performance improvement plan at the time they're due, they would miss it at that point.
Andrew, this number 19 where it's in red.
Yes.
It don't mention about retroactively like.
It does not, that would be the policy moving forwards. So it'd be the discussion here would be to do that as a one-time thing without that being in the policy. So it'd be a separate one-time vote here, but it's not included in the policy because the
But we have
policy
to
is,
vote on two things, this and then at one time, a separate.
we can do that, yes, sir. We can do it as a separate vote, absolutely. Yes, sir. This was obviously
How does
the,
everybody feel about that? You understand what we're talking about?
Oh, yes, yeah,
Like somebody's been here 20 years, they would get $2,000.
yes, correct,
right,
yes,
yeah,
sir.
right.
Up to $2,000. Obviously, that could change depending on what the board voted. But the recommendation would be for this payment to be $500 and moving forward, that could be adjusted as necessary based off of budgetary concerns, things like that.
I think that when I was sitting with Mr. Burrows and Ms. Roberts, we had a lot of discussion, and I think the conclusion I reached was, today you hear about artificial intelligence, and we actually have human intelligence here in our organization. We have people with unbelievable amount of institutional knowledge, people that work in the field. They know where every valve is and where every shutoff is.
Yeah.
And we need these people, and it's very, very important. I mean, they're what make things work correctly. And
Yeah.
that's always been my thing, that, when I look at something, how does it benefit the organization? How does it benefit our customers? And how does it benefit our employees? And I think this fits all the bills by doing this, because if we retain these employees with all that knowledge and they get to pass that along to newer people, the organization benefits immensely. And also the customers benefit, because if there's something wrong and their water shut off for a period of time, it's going to happen. They're going to get restoration of their services faster because we have that experience working for us here. So I think it's investing in these people that have put the time in. I know if I had been here 20 years and then all of a sudden they were just going to give me $500, I think, well, and I understand both sides of it, but I think we should reward the employees that have hung in there and passed their knowledge along and made such contributions, important contributions to our organization. So that's why I'm very much in favor of doing the retroactive, the one time.
Well, I commend you, Commissioner Cook, and LaDonna and Andrew. I think it's thoughtful. I think it's proactive. I think it shows a sense of family, and I like that. But thank you for that.
Thank you.
Well, one of our core values is to value and invest in our employees. We invest in our employees often through training, but doing this allows us to show them we value them as well.
I think so too, yeah.
And to qualify for the 500, they have to have the highest ranking on the evaluation?
No, sir, just if they have a satisfactory appraisal.
So the satisfactory appraisal, they'll get the automatic increase too in the salary?
No, sir. Appraisals are scored on overall 1 to 5. A 3 means you meet expectations, a 4 and 5 are above expectations. The way the increase in salary works for the merit raises is if, okay, we're gonna make the math simple and say the COLA was awarded at 2%. The maximum you can get is 5% with a merit raise combined with the COLA. So if you get a 3, you do not get a merit raise. You just get the COLA. If you get a 4 out of 5, you get half of the balance. So the 4 out of 5, you would get a 1.5% merit raise. If you get a 5 out of 5, you get the full 3% merit raise for a maximum increase of 5% annually. And I will say, as you would expect, very few people are going to get the 5 out of 5. We all have things we can improve upon, and we want our employees to be improving upon that every year.
So they just have to make a 3?
Just make a 3 to be eligible for this. That's correct.
How many people don't make a 3?
I'm not going to say it's a lot, but there's a few every year that do not make it. Yes, sir. And typically those are newer employees because they still are learning and things like that. Most of our longer tenure employees are going to, by the nature of being longer tenured, they know how to do their jobs. They are likely going to be performing
Do you
satisfactorily.
adjust those of what the supervisors?
I review, me or Miss LaDonna, depending on which division reports to, review all of those. Yes.
Because sometimes personalities come in.
That absolutely does come into play, and that's why we provide feedback on those forms sometimes. Yes.
I think rate adjustments are obviously inevitable in our industry, and I do think this will be a positive bullet point when we talk about rate increases in the future, whatever year that is, that we've instituted financial incentives to retain staff and provide a better product.
Right, absolutely, 100%. Without necessarily adding a huge amount of money to the budget annually in order to do that.
Yeah.
So they
I have
just
no
need to
idea
pass
what's
the-
going
If they
on.
pass that, we'll have it on our meeting.
In November, the November 20th, yes, sir.
Right, right.
You don't have to wait another month or anything like that.
No, sir, if this is passed today, if this is recommended today, it will go on the agenda in November, and then if approved at the 20th meeting, the retroactive would go into effect the first pay period in December.
So at the Christmas dinner, Christmas luncheon, they would get,
No, to go on their paycheck. It won't be a separate check. We'll have to run it through the payroll process for certainly tax purposes and things like that.
A lot of smiling faces.
There should be a lot of smiling faces, 74 of them, assuming no one that's eligible decides to leave in the next couple of weeks.
They have to come to the dinner to get it. Right?
Well, I think that would somewhat limit some of our wastewater and customer service staff that have to be at their posts during the
Right.
luncheon. But yes, sir, I will say, we have strongly suggested they attend that, and our attendance has went up drastically in the last couple of years as a result of that. So some people really just don't like being in crowds or anything like that, but we want to be able to show them appreciation for those things, so.
All right.
Okay.
Is there any more discussion or questions? All right, I'll accept a motion on this matter.
I'll move that the Human Resources Committee recommend approving the amendment to JWSC HR SOP Section 6.2 as shown in the attached.
And I'll second the motion. All right, all those in favor? All right, the motion is passed. All right. I don't believe there's any other anything we need to tackle at this point, so.
Not for me, sir, unless y'all have any other items you would like to
Executive
discuss.
session.
No executive session, so. All right, I'll accept a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second it, and we are adjourned.
Thank you.